Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, June 17th, 2020. As usual, we will spend most of the time at the building site of the museum, but first let's check the durability of my equipment. Yeah. The leather tunic took a beating, so I think it's about time that we repair it. Or, considering this pristine leather tunic, that we just replace it until this one took a beating, and then we can combine both and have, a leather tunic with some more enchantments and better durability. So I think this sounds good. This sounds like a plan. So yeah, cat, let's get going. Let's get over to the building site. Or shall I finally build the path? Building the path would be super useful. It would make the transition between the tower and the building site much more comfortable, but on the other side, it would be also rather boring because hey, if I could make good progress with the roof today, then the museum would be way more visible from the tower. And this is important. This is a very important outcome. So let's do that. Let's do that instead of working on the path. That would be more useful. So yeah, let's do this. This weekend, there have been plans to travel to the East Frisian Islands and spend the weekend there with my parents. But unfortunately, although the weather at first was quite promising, changed its mind, and now there will be rain. Potentially every day will be rainy, maybe not every day. This is the usual problem with the weather forecast. You never know if there will be indeed rain or not, but yeah, we decided to cancel this. We're flexible, so that's good. But it's still a little bit sad to some degree because it's a super cool weekend. Well, more or less cool weekend. On the one hand, it's the weekend of the summer solstice, so we will have the longest day on Sunday, and I really enjoy the longest day in the northern hemisphere. I don't know, it's just an arbitrary day, more or less. Well, it's the longest day, but there's nothing really connected to it. But on the other hand, I really like the concept, the idea of it. So, and also the meaning with respect to, hey, the Earth is rotating around the sun, and now we are reached the point at which the sun is the highest in the northern hemisphere. So this is super cool, just to think about the dimensions and all the mechanics that are at work. But I'm just always intrigued by those specific days. In addition, it's basically 1 year since I did my very first triathlon. So my very first triathlon took place on June 23rd last year. And so it would have been basically the first year anniversary of doing triathlon, which would be cool. And the last cool reason for, so to say, celebrating this day would have been the 1 year anniversary of having submitted my PhD thesis. Yeah, it's been, well, I think I will talk about this more next episode, Sunday, June 21st. But yeah, it's been then 1 year of having submitted the PhD thesis, and I still haven't defended it. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? So there would have been several cool things that would have come together on this weekend. So it's a little bit sad that the weather decided, all right, I will give you rain instead of sunshine, but that's fine. So at least I think one of my ideas was to run a half marathon on the island. So maybe in celebration of my 1 year anniversary of first triathlon, I might run a half marathon here. Maybe a little bit slower, not as ambitious as I might have done it if I would have been on this island, but that's still fine. It's still super cool, and it's still a lot of fun doing this. So okay, what do I do here? I mean, is there a way to somehow connect this with ease? I mean, the best way would be just to continue working from here and expand slowly the ceiling, which means I need, I do have birch. Perfect. I do have all the materials I need to get this done. So let's do this. And yeah, so this is not taking place. I don't know if I should call it a good thing or so. Dang it. I am now also tasked from my professor to work on a grant proposal, and there, okay, I can make this pattern complete here. That's exciting. And there would have been a meeting with one of the partners on next Tuesday. It would have been not so much of a problem if I would have been not there, because I thought about doing some home office at my parents' place to reduce a little bit the stress of getting back here. So I could have just made another appointment with them. But since I'm now here, I think I can also go there and find out what we have to promise in the proposal. So yeah, I need jungle wood. Do I have some jungle wood left over? This would be perfect. So yeah, there's that. There's that. So I have to go to the school where firemen are trained, fireman school, and yeah, we think about designing a training environment, a virtual reality training environment for firemen. Could be cool indeed. And yeah, so at least I can go there and have more work. Yay. Oh man. So, oh no, why have I turned everything into planks? This was stupid. Anyways, now we do have lots of planks. That's fine. I should have kept a few left over to build this pattern here with the logs. But I mean, I still do have a stack left of jungle wood. In the worst case scenario, I do have to chop down the jungle tree, which would be sad, but I mean, it's for the museum, so this would justify the sacrifice of chopping down another jungle tree. And yeah, so that. And yeah, I think that those are all the news. I mean, my professor contacted me about this grant proposal I now have to write on Monday, which already was busy because I had to still provide feedback to the students with their papers they have to write for a seminar, and prepare teaching and do all this crazy stuff. So what was a busy Monday, and yeah, yesterday teaching was good. The students said it was a lot of information I had to present to them, but they all got it, they all understood it, which was great. I was super happy about this outcome, that they all understood it, because it was about designing 3D user interfaces, which is not really the core topic of pre-service teachers, I would say. So yeah, this was good. This was nice that they got most of it. At least they said they did. And yeah, I think this summarizes all the things that happened since last time. And last time I already promised to answer some of Matthew's questions. He also provided me with another one, which I really enjoy, where I think, hey, this is a great question. There I can discuss so much. And yeah, so let's go to bed and get the question ready. Also make sure that we are safe. Yeah, I think we are safe. You are tasked to design a game about academia and science on the medium of your choice. Computer game, virtual reality, pen and paper, board game, card game. Given carte blanche on the genre and playstyle, how would you do it? How would I design a game on academia and science? The most straightforward way would be, of course, a game called like the Academiator. So you are a super strong, powerful researcher who has to defend himself against hordes of reviewers, and you have the... Wait, here will be the thing. The pool. I totally forgot about this. Cool. So I don't need so many logs. This is great. But I need logs here and there. There, I guess. Okay, I still need logs. So you have the rebuttal gun, where you can shoot with rebuttals at angry reviewers and take them out. And you have to defend yourself. You have to deflect their attacks using other papers. So yeah, it would be a shooter. It would be a shooter game. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, having a shooter game about academia would be fun, I guess. But no, I think the real game I would design would be something... I think it would be some kind of a mix between... What kind of material do I need? Okay, here I need... here I need a jungle. It would be some kind of mix between Take on Mars, Kerbal Space Program, and a role-playing game. Because yeah, I think it would be cool if you could just create your own avatar, your scientist avatar, and by doing research and writing papers and so on, so I will come back to this game mechanic later, you will gain experience points and unlock new levels. The levels are represented by basically your... Oh, I totally forgot to bring... What do I need to bring? Birch. Yes, a stored birch. Stored a birch in the chest. Yeah, where you then get basically... You can unlock new tiers, and each tier is like... You're now a postdoc, you're now a PhD student, you're now an associate professor, and so on. So I think this would be like this, and with each new level you can unlock new skills that allow you to write faster, to do more experiments and so on. And I think here comes the Kerbal Space Program or Take on Mars part into play. It would be cool if you can actually do some experiments where you can prove some natural laws or so, and then you have to publish it somehow. I'm not quite sure how this publish mechanic would work. Maybe like, okay, you have to do some grindy stuff or so. I don't know. Maybe you have to do lots of research, lots of experiments, and with each experiment you increase the progress bar or so. And once the progress bar is full, you unlock something. And of course, it's a critical role how you design your experiments. So you really have to make careful decisions, as maybe you can otherwise confound your experiment by not considering all the things that might impact it or so. Or you suddenly have random negative events, such as a skewed sample size or something like a skewed sample or something like this. So yeah, I think I would design it as a role-playing game. Another alternative, which would probably also cool, would be some kind of tycoon-like game. So instead of hospital tycoon or transport tycoon or so, you have to manage your very own laboratory and hire people, let people write proposals and papers and so on. So maybe something like this. This would be also cool. But I really would enjoy this role-playing approach where you actually have to goodbye eggs, where you actually have to prepare experiments. So as with Kerbal Space Program or Take on Mars, design your apparatus and deploy it, run the experiment, observe results. So I think I would do something like this. Of course, it would be also interesting to... Right now I'm just thinking about using desktop 3D, so like Minecraft here. Virtual reality would be cool, but for virtual reality it would be more some kind of training simulator or so then, where you have access to a laboratory and you have to basically assemble scientific equipment and connect devices and so on. So build your laboratory so that it becomes like a training game where you can learn how to work in a laboratory and pay attention to the safety and so on. So I think this would be a cool thing. But I think the role-playing game would be the best thing. And from time to time, as I already said, there might be some bad events, or you get involved in a fight, and maybe you can, by exploring things, you might find some rivals or so. So yeah, I think it would go this way. Of course, it would be cool to also do it a little bit in a sarcastic and ironic way. This is where this shooter first-person game came into play, where you have to defend yourself against angry reviewers or so. I mean, this would be also just hilarious. Or another cool idea that just comes to my mind, something like the good old Monkey Island games and so on, where you need to basically find things, combine things in your inventory, as you did with Monkey Island, to assemble your thesis. But similar to Monkey Island, you always run into weird characters, such as reviewers, other professors, and yeah, they just come up with comments or with things or with quests that completely screw you over, where suddenly other things happen and you can't do what you want to do. I mean, this would be also a cool thing for the role-playing game, as long as you are a low-level character. You always want to do your experiments. Oh no, have I? No, I used the right word. You always want to do your experiments, but constantly, once you finish a quest and you just started to work on your experiment, and the NPC of the professor appears and gives you a new task or so, or something else happens that you basically never finish, or that everything is delayed, and so that it would be bad game design, of course. I mean, it would be bad game design to delay the progress of unlocking new skills and so on, but it would feel a little bit realistic, like, okay, this takes forever. Why is this taking so long? Can't I just unlock the next year or so? And yeah, but it would be bad game design. So I think the problem is, instead of just being snarky, to find a good balance. And I think the best balance could be achieved with this kind of role-playing game, making progress, collecting evidence, and for instance, by conducting some experiments, you design your experiment, you go out in the field, you conduct the experiment at various places. Each time you conduct the experiment at a different place, you basically gather some evidence, and then there might be some kind of evaluation results game mechanic where you can somehow analyze your data without actually doing the statistical analysis, more some kind of lightweight analysis where you just have to find intriguing data points or so that would prove something, and once you did all of this, you gain enough points where you can then just say, okay, bundle this up and write a paper or so that the entire process is getting a little bit characterized and mapped to a gameplay without actually doing this paper writing thing, because I think this is rather difficult, as you can't let people write things. This would be weird game design. Also, just clicking together some text passages would be also weird. So yeah, I think the best thing would be to just let the player do some experiments here and there, and each time the experiment is complete, some progress points are earned, and at some point you can, once you have enough progress points, or once you have earned enough measurements, you can analyze those measurements, trying to identify the important results. Those could be also based on real natural laws or so, that you then have to identify in your data, and once you did this, you can basically summarize it. Or if you have just marked something and you say, okay, this is my result, here I found the important things, and you say, okay, let's bundle it up, let's write the paper, you might get a reject or so where, okay, please have another look at your data or so. Might result in some frustrating gameplay, but also in some accurate gameplay. Of course, the feedback has to be given in some kind of sarcastic way or so to make it a little bit more hilarious. So yeah, as you see, I have plenty of ideas to turn science into a game. I just think the Academiator would be the most fun game to play. Throwing a lot of papers at angry reviewers or so. Oh man. It of course would be some kind of, how is it called? Is this a last man standing game mode or so, where you tower defense game in some way, where you're just fighting waves of reviewers and even more reviewers coming each time, and you have to defend yourself. And yeah, so much about this. And it's also so much about this episode. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you found it somewhat hilarious. And I hope I see you again in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. Until then, my name is Sebbi. See you!